right, welcome back to Homework Help with Miss Gore. Today we're going to be focusing on our Unit 6, Day 1 homework. So in the value in the tables below, I'm looking for a common multiplier. And when I find a common multiplier, I'm going to try to then write an equation for that table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first look at my x values, and I want to notice whether or not they are increasing or decreasing. So I've got -1, I've got 0, I'm going up. I'm going to go up to 1, to 2, to 3, and that's important to pay attention to my x column. So now I'm going to take a look at my y column. I've got 1/3, and that is going to then increase to 1, which then increases to 3, to 9, to 27. So when I'm looking at this pattern, what I can think about is if I take the term prior and if I take my term and I divide by the term prior to that, 27 divided by 9 is 3. So in order for me to get from 9 to 27, I multiplied by 3. In order to get from 3 to 9, I multiplied by 3. 1 to 3, I multiplied by 3. 1/3 to 1, I multiplied by 3. So my common multiplier is 3. So I'm noticing that if I have a common multiplier and I have a multiplicative type pattern here, that my equation will be y equals 3 to the x. Taking a look at number 2. Again, looking at the pattern. So I'm trying to assess how am I getting from 125 down to 25, down to 5, to 1, to 1/5. Well, what I'm doing here is I'm actually dividing by 5. But remember, dividing by 5 is the same as multiplying by 1/5. So my common multiplier is 1/5. And again, I can always take a term and divide by the 1 prior. And so that will give me a 1/5. So my equation then will be y equals, and I do want to put this fraction in a parenthesis, to the power of x. Okay, I'm going to skip down, and I want to talk about question 7. So in question 7, we are trying to convert from 55 miles per hour into meters per minute. So I'm going to start this by writing out 55 miles over 1 hour. And my goal then is to get my miles to turn into meters and my hours to turn into minutes. So using the conversion table that I have given to me from New York State, I'm going to try to find a conversion factor that's going to get me from miles closer to meters. So there are multiple ways that I could do this problem, but one possible way that I could do this is I could notice that I've got miles here. So I want miles right down here because I want them opposite each other. So in 1 mile, there are 5,280 feet. I'm then going to cross out miles because that unit has now canceled. So now I'm trying to go from feet closer to meters. Now there's no direct conversion on my sheet from that, but I do have a conversion in inches. So I know that in 1 foot that there are 12 inches. I'm going to then cross off feet because they are diagonal from each other. Times, draw another line. Now I'm trying to go from inches into meters. So I know that inches goes on the bottom because they're diagonal. And I know that there are 39.37 inches, and that's in 1 meter. Inches is now gone. Meters. I'm done with that piece of the puzzle. I'm going to continue with my pattern. I now need my hours to turn into minutes. So since hours is on the bottom here, I know that hours will go on the top. Again, they need to be diagonal. And I know that in 1 hour that there are 60 minutes. My hours are now gone. I'm left with minutes. That's what I needed here. So I know that I am done. So I'm then going to multiply my top numbers, multiply my bottom numbers. I will divide, and I will end up with 1,475.2345 meters per minute. And that is my answer. It doesn't tell me I can round, so I'm all set.